You think you know Ghost in the Shell? Well, here's some things you may not have known about the cult classic anime that's been remade into a film with Scarlett Johansson.
Your people at Section 9 came across his work too in that ghost hacking incident involving the foreign minister's interpreter.
The film is based off the manga by Masamune Shirow. There are actually 2 titles to the manga. Masamune wanted the title Ghost in the Shell as a reference to the 1967 novel The Ghost in the Machine. However, the publishers wanted a more flashy name, so they released it as Mobile Armored Riot Police. But Masamune asked that they also put Ghost in the Shell on there, so the series officially has 2 names. In the opening credits, the creators' names appear in computer code. Each name you see transforming from numbers was actually calculated from their Japanese name into the high-tech symbols. But the tech talk doesn't end there. The code that appears on screen for Project 2501 may seem like random numbers, but it's actual real computer code.
I'd have handed him over. All I wanted was to take a deposition.
What if they were worried he'd let a secret slip out?
He did mention something about a code name, Project 2501.
I'll leave the detective stuff up to you.
Throughout the film, Motoko rarely blinks. Typical in anime, filmmakers would allow characters to blink in order to make them feel more realistic. However, director Mamoru Oshii broke these standards and intentionally wanted the character to seem doll-like.
Hey, are you drunk or something?
Easily remedied. Thanks to chemical implants in our bodies, we can break down the alcohol in seconds. No stupor, no hangover. We can just toss them back while waiting for orders.
Mamoru Oshii wanted to make the animations as realistic as possible. To prepare for a series of gunfights, he took the production staff to Guam to shoot random objects. During their research, he realized when shooting stone, there aren't sparks that appear. That's why during the end fight scene, no sparks are seen when the bullets hit the museum. Throughout the film, there are several appearances made by a Basset Hound. There's no real significance behind the hound's appearance in the film. Director Mamoru Oshii just likes the dog.
It's my suspicion that once he hacked into her ghost, he'd use her to assassinate the key delegates.
So how much time do we have before this hacker breaks through her barrier program and reaches her ghost?
Roughly 2 hours. He's using an old-fashioned HA3 virus. After that, we'll have to break the connection to avoid any danger to the system.
Ghost in the Shell was a huge inspiration for the 1999 action hit The Matrix. The Wachowskis showed producer Joel Silver a copy of Ghost in the Shell and stated, quote, "We want to do this, but for real." That inspiration can be seen in the title sequences in The Matrix as well as several sequences in the film. The lyrics to Ghost in the Shell's title song, Making of a Cyborg, are a traditional ancient Japanese wedding song. The composer used a Bulgarian harmony with subtle Japanese notes in order to blend the 2 styles together. There are frequent Bible quotes throughout the film. The following dialogue from the film,
When I was a child, my speech, feelings, and thinking were all those of a child. Now that I am a man, I have no more use for childish ways.
was a direct quote from Corinthians 13. And here's a bonus one. Are you a fan of Mamoru Oshii's other work? You may have noticed that there are multiple references to his earlier film, Angel's Egg, throughout Ghost in the Shell. The tree of life in the room with fossils may look familiar. It was taken directly from Angel's Egg.
How are you feeling? You don't look so good.
I've had better days. What the hell did you use?
Your standard issue, Big Gun. The equipment section made it, and now it's part of my private collection. I was late because I had to get it.
That's it for this episode of You Think You Know Movies. Make sure to subscribe, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and get the latest movie and TV news on ScreenCrush.com.